Hey guys, welcome back to Semojo Homestead. It's kind of rainy out here. That's okay. So today is one of those bitter sweet days on the farm. Bitter because we have to do my least favorite thing in homesteading. Sweet because it gives us food. So these guys right here, their time is up. So yeah, it is hard, but these guys have lived a great life here. They've been very, very happy. They've lived a comfortable life. They've had lots of room to run around, lots of space to just be pigs and do what they do. So, you know, while it's hard to do what we have to do, it's nice knowing that the food that we're eating was really, really happy when it was living, and it got really good food. It got love, it got attention, it got care. So yeah, time to say goodbye to these guys. My neighbor's coming to help me dispatch and get them loaded, and then we will be taking them to the skinning shack, which is who we've been using for all of that stuff. They do a great job. If you're in like the Aiken, Batesburg kind of area of South Carolina and need a processor, I strongly recommend them. They do cows, pigs. Their main thing is deer. They've been doing deer for years and years and years, but they've just started doing the more domestic animals more recently. And I'm trying to talk them into doing sheep. I don't know if they've gotten there yet, but they're definitely looking into it, because that is something in South Carolina that is really starting to pick up popularity. I don't know if popularity's been picked up on that in other places. Let me know. But it really does seem like that's kind of the new meat on most people's homesteads. And it's just because they're smaller, require less space. And I don't know if they're easier, but you know, they give you a little bit more of a workable quantity of meat for a family than like a whole cow would. They also grow out faster if you're doing them just on pasture. So yeah, that is one animal that we are kind of looking into. We've got a lot of infrastructure to get in place if we're going to add those, but I would love to add sheep for a red meat option.
Hey guys, Joe and I are going to do a little bit of work in the garden. And while we are here, I thought I'd give you a quick update as to what we've done in the garden so far this week. The weather is finally cooler. So Jeremy cleared out one of our raised beds and a couple of our in-ground beds. We have planted carrots in the raised bed. Sayla likes taking salads for lunch. She has a special little bento box that she likes to make salads in for lunch. So carrots are really easy for her to cut up and put in that salad. So we need a lot of those. Also, Mariah likes to cut them up and take them with ranch dressing for lunch. It's just a super easy school lunch item that the girls really love. So I did the entire bed of carrots. Joe does not like carrots in his lunch. I don't know. He's the odd one out. But anyway, so I planted a few different varieties. I'm not sure of the names of the varieties. I know one is like a shorter orange carrot. The girls really love those ones, I think, because they're just cute. They're short and stubby, and they look more like your little carrots that you get in the grocery store. Then I planted some yellow ones that we had, and I planted some, they're either red or purple. I got some seeds from a seed swap at the Fulmer Street Market, so I planted those in there. I also planted some radishes. We love roasted radishes. They're so good. So I planted quite a few of those, and spinach, kale, broccoli, lettuce for Sayla's salads. I think that's it. We still have some stuff growing in our garden that we need to pick from our summer garden. We have a lot of beans, still getting a lot of beans, which is awesome. We have some okra growing, some peppers that need to be picked, and a few tomatoes. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So we're going to go ahead and start picking. Joe's watering. He's got the watering can. He is watering. Are you going to help me pick some green beans? Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to step over? Did you find a jackpot of beans over here, Josiah?
Yeah.
Well, you got to watch out for these vines everywhere.
Exactly. It's so hard, but
yep.
I got this thing.
Yep. Nice. That looks awesome.
I just pulled, tried to pull one.
And a bunch came with it? This plant down here looks like it's about to be at the end of its rope. It's struggling for sure. But it has some good beans on it still. About 7 or 8. So we'll go ahead and grab those. And then hopefully we'll have time. We ate the ones we picked last week, but we really do need to can some. I think he has that plant under control. I'm going to come over here and get some green beans over here.
Mom.
Ooh, careful when you pull them, buddy.
I'm just pulling some.
Okay, well, remember to put your hand on the stem and then pull. We do have peppers over here, some hot peppers. We've got some habaneros we need to pick. Look. Aren't those pretty? I love how cute they are. And I love their orange color. Habanero, that's very spicy, dude. You're not going to want to eat that. We have some big tomatoes that I'm going to have to get, but I'm not to that row yet. We've got more hot peppers down there. I'm going to have to steal one of Joe's bowls pretty soon. Bring me that, the hot pepper bowl. And there are tons of beans over here too, buddy. I am currently being attacked by a tomato plant. But we have a lot of green beans over here to pick. For us, with our lifestyle, being able to just open up a can of them and cook them pretty quickly is really beneficial. So while we are going to try to eat more seasonally, I do want to have a couple of convenience options for nights when we just end up being really late and meal planning doesn't go very well. I have already meal planned for next week. I feel really good about the plan. We do have a couple late nights, but I think overall I'm getting a hang of it. Really has helped smooth out our weeknights for sure. This past week, because of Labor Day, we had kind of meal planned, but we hadn't meal prepped. Oh my gosh. After meal prepping and then not meal prepping, that was really difficult. I'd love to know if you meal plan or meal prep. I also would love some ideas, some meal ideas if you have some to share, because it is really easy to get into a rut of like eating the same thing over and over again, especially when you grow and raise your own food. Like, you're not going out and buying all these fancy things or additional things. So if you have just some good garden staple recipes that you would love to share, I would love to hear them.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go find Cass so we can do highs and lows, but I want to show you this. This is really exciting. We have little baby figs on this tree that, I mean, was kind of stuck here. So the story of this tree is, the fig tree is, it came from somewhere. I don't even remember where it came from, so I don't even know what kind of fig it is. I'm really hoping it was the white fig that we got, but I don't know. It was temporarily kind of planted here to be transplanted, and that was like 2 years ago, maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but it sort of sat there, and then all of a sudden this year it started flourishing, and sure enough, we have figs on it. It was right beside the driveway, so it has to be moved. And now that it is producing, I'm going to let those ripen, so maybe we can figure out what type it is and then move it this fall when it goes dormant. But let's go find Cass, wrap this video up, and do some highs and lows. Walking into the garden, I ate a pepper that my wife told me was a sweet pepper, not a sweet pepper. So my mouth is like salivating right now.
It may be hard when you have peppers, hot peppers that resemble your sweet peppers.
I should have known. It was where all our hot peppers are planted. But it was like right on the verge where they switch over.
Switch over, yeah.
I'm going to eat this semi-ripe tomato.
The joys of not labeling your garden.
So I see that we need to water this part of the garden.
Yes, it's a little dry over here.
We've kind of neglected it just because the flowers took over, and I'm not gonna spend time watering flowers. Okay, my mouth is still. But we do still have okra over here, so we've got to keep that watered.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm running sprinklers tonight.
Yeah.
So we did get the pigs taken, and it was, it's been kind of sad today because I was working in the chicken run trying to fix that finally, and normally those pigs would be coming over to the fence, and they weren't. So it's kind of like, oh, sort of miss them, but I'm excited for the results. Don't know the weight of both of them, but I know the lightest one was 275. Is that what I told you?
Yes.
270, 275. So I'm really curious to see what the bigger one was because he was easily 20 to 30 pounds heavier, if not more. Whoa. And we normally try to get them to at least 260 pounds. So that smaller one, I was thinking was about the size we normally, based on looks, we normally get them to. Also, there is a way you can measure them to get the weight, which I've always done in the past, but I did not do with these. So it's a total surprise with these. But that being said, highs and lows.
Highs and lows. Yeah.
Let's do it. You want to go first?
Sure. My high this week is probably I got some time in the garden, which was nice. I got to plant some carrots, which I told you about. But just having that time in the garden, I've gotten away from that. So it's nice to have some of that time back and just enjoy it. My low was probably that it was kind of a crazy week at the dance studio. I'm over like all the shoes and all of that for dancers. So just trying to make sure everyone got their shoes, had the right size, all those things. It just makes for a very crazy busy week. I had to be there for all the classes, which can go late. But it actually went really smoothly this year, a lot smoother than years past. So that was nice.
That is good.
Yeah.
And that's really good that's gone smoother than years past because I don't ever look forward to that week. I didn't even know it happened this week, so that's really good. My low, I think, there's a hummingbird. That's not my low.
Yeah.
But there's a hummingbird that just
see it.
flew into the garden and it's perched. It's watching us.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't think of anything this week that was just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good week.
That's good.
It's a good week.
Yeah.
My high would probably be getting started on the chicken run. But my high is our neighbor always comes and helps us dispatch the pigs. And he's come and helped with, I think, the chickens every time we do meat chickens, almost every time. And just to like learn it because this is something they're wanting to do. And so, they always come help whenever they can, which is huge.
Yes.
Also, just loading the pigs. It takes 2 people. So it's nice to have him. Well, when he was getting ready to leave, he said, "Come here, I got something for you in my car." And he gifted me with a rifle. And it's a very nice rifle.
Yeah.
And I was blown away. Also, several other things that are for hunting and everything. All because I think the last conversation I had with him, I'd mentioned like this year I was going to be very intentional about learning to hunt and start doing that. And so he was like, he's got a lot of guns.
Yeah.
So he realized, hey, I can give him one of these. And that was really cool.
That was very cool.
I mean, it is nice to have awesome neighbors.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
And I mean, really I'm still just so humbled by that. So that was definitely a high.
There might be some venison in our future.
There might be. I got to get one first. But this does make it a lot easier.
Yes.
Than, hunting with your eyes.
We're super thankful for that. And for the ability to maybe hunt in the future, and just for you guys for joining us on this journey, for following us along as we gain new skills and share with you what we know.
Yeah, and as we go through this, you know, one way that you guys can help us out is just sharing our channel with people that you may know on your social media or wherever, with anybody that you may think would find this useful or entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're entertaining. I don't know. So thank you guys, as always, for joining us. I hope you have a great week and be blessed.